Your grandma went missing today. This is a 96-year-old woman, by the way. This is my father's grandmother, and her and my mom actually got into a disagreement on the phone yesterday. They were arguing about horses, actually. So my dad had a bunch of horses, and he kept them out at his family's quarter horse ranch. Now, my dad's family has had this quarter horse ranch for generations, and my dad has always worked out there and taken care of the land, the property, the horses, etc. But last month, he was hit and killed by a negligent truck driver, and ever since then, my great grandmother has been badgering my mother about what she plans to do with all of my dad's horses. And so yesterday, my mom finally told her that she's just going to sell my dad's horses because it makes her too sad to go out there and take care of the horses and to go to the ranch in general. It'll just be easier for her to sell them and walk away from the ranch entirely. And then my great grandmother asked my mom for a copy of my dad's death certificate. And my mom was like, no, there's personal stuff on there. I don't want you to have a copy of that. And my great grandmother got really angry about this and started this huge argument with my mother. And they went around in circles over my dad's death certificate. And finally, my great grandmother is like, you know what? Let's just meet in person tomorrow and have lunch together and we'll talk about this. And we will also talk about the horses. I'll help you figure out how to get them sold and stuff. And so they set a place and a time. And my mom shows up there for lunch today and my great grandmother does not. And so every 15 minutes, my mom is calling my great grandmother, wondering where she is. It's been like 2 hours. She still hasn't shown up. So my mom leaves and calls my dad's mom and is like, hey, your mom never showed up to lunch. We planned lunch and she never showed up. And so then my grandma calls her brother. She calls the whole family. Everybody's driving around looking for my 96-year-old great grandmother because she's missing. Her husband, who is out at the ranch, said that she left there to go meet my mother when she should have, but she never arrived at the restaurant. So everybody's like retracing her steps. Nobody can find her anywhere. Everybody is worried. And then suddenly my mom's phone rings, and it is not my great grandmother. It is the funeral home that cremated my father. And they're telling my mother that my great grandmother is there because she set this whole thing up to have my mom sitting at that restaurant waiting for her. And instead of going to that restaurant, she drove to another town to that funeral home. And that old bat was out there trying to demand that they give her a copy of my father's death certificate because my mother wouldn't.